So I haven't done these in a long time. Doing some bone readings tonight. I'm pulling up my list now to see who all's on my list. If you guys would like to get on my list, it is the top link on my link tree. It looks like there are only a few. Holy crap, guys. There's only a few spots left. So if you guys would like to get a bone reading this evening, you might grab your spot really quickly. I'm just saying. Let me see here. Make sure I got everybody in the right little thing here. All right, here we go. So I have Tiffany, Bobby, Morgan, Keely, Christina, Lisa, Susan. I have way more than that. Those are just my first ones, okay? I'm actually using a bowl this evening because last time I may or may not have thrown some off the table. Probably not the best thing. So, all right. Those of you guys on YouTube, hi, how are you? Take off my rings because otherwise they're going to get caught on some shit and then I'm going to get upset. If you guys have never watched anyone do bone readings, you in for a treat. Mine are a little different in that I use bones, trinkets, and stones in mine. I also have a couple pieces of zebra leather in there. Yeah, that kind of thing. So. All right, Miss Tiffany, you ready? So, you have a cat vertebrae, you have a muskrat tooth, you have a titanium quartz, a star anise, a blank rune, a deer tooth, a peach pit, and a cherry pit. That's a lot of interesting things here. I'm also looking at the grouping of how they are. I know it's a little harder to see in there and on YouTube, but what's interesting about this, Tiffany, is that your cat bone is way off to the side up here. I know you can kind of see it there on YouTube or TikTok, I mean. All this up here talks about a new relationship. It talks about things being peaceful. It talks about a situation finally calming down, where there was an unknown aspect of it that has kind of turned in on itself. So that part of this situation with two different people, there's the peach and the cherry, both signify people that you care about, people that you love. Then you have the deer tooth in there, which signifies finally something peaceful, something calming down. That unknown has finally shown its face. It's finally known again. You're starting to come through it. And the only reason you came through it is because that muskrat tooth there signifies hard work and diligence and standing your ground, not giving in. Then down here, you have that titanium quartz and you have that star anise as well, which is a lot of strength, a lot of spiritual protection, a lot of spiritual guidance. So you really had, actually, I think you and probably these other two people, you had a lot of guides really working in everyone's best interest here. So where the situation may have pulled you guys apart at first, it's now bringing everybody back together. The cat bone is really interesting. It's up and to the left over there. My left, not y'all's left, my left. So that is the spiritual side of things over here. Thing that I don't know what kind of cat this came from, what color cat it was or anything like that. We're just going to go with the normal meaning of the cat bone here. This is, I'm going to say this is actually you in this situation. It's kind of removed from the others, but at the same time, this is somebody that's been walking the line between here and there, that's really been paying attention to what's going on, that's really been paying attention to all of the situation with these two other people, with the spiritual aspect of things. You've been paying attention and watching what's been going on around it. So let me just say this, Tiff. You not giving in, you keeping your boundaries, and you moving forward very diligently has been noticed. The universe has noticed it. This situation is going to end up working out exactly as you've asked for it to work out. I just want you to know that. So I'm going to say congratulations. And also, I'm really proud of you because there are so many times we put things out into the universe and they never turn out. You know what I mean? I know y'all know exactly what I meant when I said they never turn out. They just never turn out. We put all this stuff, I really would love this, or I want this, or I just want the highest good for everybody, and then nothing. So in this case, Tiff, you really were paying attention to your gut, to your spirit guides, to where the universe was pointing you. The situation is going to work out exactly as you've asked for it to. Everybody involved is going to have the thing that they need the most out of the situation. Everybody is also extremely protected. And I think that you've also learned an amazing amount about your own spiritual strength with all of this. So congratulations. And I'm proud of you, sweetheart. I love, love, love. My favorite part of this is that this rune is upside down. Because with this rune being upside down, this is a blank rune. That means that all that unknown has gone away. There's no more unknown to this. Everything is mapped out exactly how it's supposed to be. Hard work is exactly paying off. I'm glad that you knew what I was talking about right there. So, the peach pit there, it's right up against the tooth and everything else. The cherry pit is just a little bit off. It's just a little bit over that way. That person still has a little bit to go before they come all the way back in here. Does that make sense? Before they get all the way back in. But the peach pit, being that the peach pit is a little bigger, I'm reading more off size here. This right here, I would say, is the more masculine. The cherry pit is the more feminine of the two people here. So I hope that makes sense. Gives you a little insight into who is who. Because the peach pit's all the way back in. So. I tend to over-explain things. So I'm glad some of you appreciate that. Sometimes it's for my own benefit, though, I'm just going to say. All right, Miss Bobby. Is it Miss or... I didn't mean to assume. Bobby Seamster. Thank you, Tiffany. Well. So, Bobby, you have petrified wood, a shell, you have a scroll, a turtle bone, then the rune, right side up on top of it. Then you also have the cherry pit, and you have one of those pieces of zebra leather, but it's upside down. So, love, what this tells me is that you have a situation, like this kind of makes me a little sad. You have a situation that, trying to figure out the best way to say it. It's because the zebra is teamwork. So that being upside down tells me that you kind of feel alone in this situation. I don't know if it's that you feel like no one is listening to you, or that you feel like you don't have anybody in your corner. You have both of the things for strength, the petrified wood and the shell on the left over here. You're really doing everything you can to stay grounded, to stay strong, to move forward with your head up. And you're doing everything you can to learn about what needs to happen in the situation going forward. The turtle bone being underneath of that rune, which signifies the unknown, tells me that you're trying to be strong in the face of unknown adversity. Like you don't even know what's coming up. I have a feeling that some of this is world events that has you overwhelmed. But that peach pit right there also tells me that you just feel disconnected right now. Because the peach pit and the zebra skin are together and they're, back here toward the back, not touching anything else. Whereas everything else is in a connected line. So you really feel disconnected. I'm so sorry. But here's the thing. With this in particular, what I'm going to say is that by you continuing to keep all your strength to really move forward and continue to be who you are and not give any of that up. Yeah. The body language, sorry. I'm super sweaty and I'm trying to just like cool down. So I'm trying to hold still because I'm a very animated person, but I am sweating my literal bones off right now. Get it? So I'm just trying to be still. Isn't it? Yeah, but I'm just saying, Bobby, honey, I'm so sorry that you feel disconnected. And I'm so sorry that the unknown has you so stressed out. I do want to tell you that you're not alone. You're not alone in this at all. I promise you are not. The fact that this is all pretty tightly wound, like I know you can kind of see it there on TikTok. I don't know if you guys can see it on YouTube, but everything is tightly wound up here. It tells me you're also kind of circling the wagons, like you're pulling in all your resources. Like, I'm just going to keep my toys over here. You're really pulling things in. So I get it. I have a feeling that this is everything. This is like personal stuff, world stuff, universal stuff you don't even know what the fuck's going on. You're just overwhelmed as shit right now, sweet pea. So right here, I would say just keep your chin up, keep reading, keep learning, keep moving forward. You really aren't alone, honey. I wish that you were in front of me so I could give you a huge hug right now. I really do. And I don't know if you're here or not. I haven't seen you pop up, but you're not alone. I promise you're not alone. There's Miss Bobby. Good. I'm so glad, honey. I promise you're not alone. I promise. Any of you guys, I'm sure that probably resonated with a lot of you. Guys, everybody is going through moments right now where you're freaking out and then you're kind of like, okay, maybe it'll be okay. And then freaking out and then kind of maybe it'll be okay. Freaking out. Like, yeah. Thank you guys. Y'all are so sweet. Y'all are making me stop. Y'all are making me blush. Ooh, a splinter. That's fun. Not. Morgan Hanning. So, well, I adore you too. Thank you, love. Yeah, and you guys want to hear something funny? While I was doing that reading, literally while I'm doing Bobby's reading, only every now and then. It's not every news story. Because I get weird news stories. I do pay attention to mainstream news, but I get the weird shit. Like, I want to know what solar flares are happening, like what's on NASA's radar. Like, that's the kind of weird shit I get. So literally while I'm doing her reading, and I'm like, universal shit, so on, a fucking news story comes across the top of my phone that talks about the big comet headed this way. I'm like, are you fucking shitting me right now? I just wanted to share that with you guys because I thought it was pretty fucking comical. I'm talking about how all the shit going on in the universe is affecting everybody. And it's like, oh, and there's a comet. Well, fuck. Fuck. All right. Morgan, you ready? Funny and not funny, right? Funny and not funny. You can't tell me it wasn't a little funny. I mean, it's a little funny. All right. Interesting. So, pull this back where you can see kind of. Cat and turtle bone on this side. Cat and turtle bone on this side. I mean, granted, that's a bobcat, and this is a cat. Interesting still. You also have part of an alligator tooth, zebra skin right side up, and a buffalo bone. Okay. So you have part of yourself, Morgan, that you're really putting to the side, like hiding it, not putting it to the side, like forgetting about it, like putting it to the side, hiding it. There's part of you that you're hiding. Part of it is your strength, and part of it is some serious, hardcore, badass energy. It's almost like you're not expecting. You're wanting people to underestimate you. You're wanting people to underestimate you. You're putting out all this big energy over here. You have this huge turtle bone here, huge cat bone here. The cat bone on this side, like I said, is cat. This is bobcat. The alligator tooth that's there, this is one of my, I'm just going to pick it up so you can see. This is one of my older, gnarly, broken ones, right? So that's showing some old strength that people already know about. It's also some teamwork over the buffalo bone. So, you're really having to be nice and play nice in a situation that you don't want to play nice or be in at all. So you're having to act like everything is normal and it's okay. This is how it's going. Like, you're literally just having to pretend everything is good. All the while, you're kind of, you need to be documenting every single thing. You need to be documenting every single thing, Morgan. I don't know what this is you're going through, but I have a feeling that documentation is going to be the part that allows this over here, this bobcat, to be as powerful as it needs to be. Because the way this lines up and the way that teamwork is over the strength, my nose is itching, somebody talking about me. It doesn't signify to me like, oh, you're stronger as a team. What it signifies to me is that you're going along to get along right now until the bobcat can come out. But the bobcat needs just a little bit more food, strength, power, whatever, before it comes out. So I'm sorry, Morgan. I think everybody here has been through a situation like this where, whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether it's with family, where you just have to pretend that everything's hunky-dory. And it's not. Like, you're having to keep a straight face when you really want to cuss a motherfucker out. So, I feel sorry for anybody that's underestimating you right now, Morgan. And I feel really sorry for anybody that is going to get that bobcat later on. So, I love you too. Just know, Morgan, document. Literally everything. Even if you're like, I don't even know why I should document that, document it. You never know what little tiny thing is going to help that bobcat get even bigger. I'm sorry, girl. I haven't caught your comments. I know they were going really fast for a minute. I have something in my eye. So, yeah. Document every single thing. And let them continue to underestimate you. I'm just saying. You can always do them a candy jar. So they'll be happy fucking with someone else. Just saying what I'm saying. And you're technically not putting anything bad out. Just saying what I'm saying. Just saying what I'm saying. All right. That makes sense, Miss Morgan? Well, love, have you messaged the site? You're welcome, Morgan, honey. Good. So for those of you guys waiting on custom workings, I saw my nose ring is crooked. I saw the message just now. I'm updating all of those. Well, it'll be tomorrow because when I get off here, it'll be kind of late. But yeah. Anyway, Miss Keely, ready? All right. So what's really funny is, I guess I could just hold it. It'd be easier. So, okay. What's funny is, you know how to pick up my bag just now? Like, instead of reaching in and grabbing stuff, I was reaching in and I was grabbing stuff and it's falling through my fingers and grabbing it and falling through my fingers. So I was like, all right, fine, I'm going to pick up my bag. And then I picked up my bag and I grabbed, a handful to throw out here. Half it fell out again. Now I had 4 pieces fall out. Here's what's significant about that. The fact that I had to grab 3 different times, and even on the 3rd time had a lot of stuff fall out. It tells me that you're overwhelmed. It tells me that you're so overwhelmed. You're so overwhelmed that you have no idea what to start on first. And oh my God, do I feel that in a deep way. You're so overwhelmed, you have no idea what to start on first. So this right here, these 4 things right here, tell me what is at the base of all of this, all of the other shit, the thing that has to be worked on first. Okay. So what's here is petrified wood, buffalo, a plum pit, and a really gnarly tusk. So 3 of these 4 things signify strength, inner strength, and grounding. So strength. The other one signifies your connection back to yourself. So, Keely, honey, you literally need to step back. And I'm not sure what's going to be the best way for you to do this, because I have a feeling that there is so much, there's so many layers to this. So much has gotten piled onto you. It's almost like in my mind, I see you like squat down and step backwards and just leave it hanging there for a minute. Just squat down and step backwards, completely back. You need to remember how strong you are inside. Not only do you need to remember, because you've forgotten how strong you are inside. You need to reconnect with yourself. What's funny is I was going to say, you need to go ground yourself. But it's not just you grounding yourself is a little different. You grounding yourself is not just you going outside, putting your feet in the grass, putting the sun on your face. That's not your real way of grounding. Your way of grounding is different. Your way of grounding involves several different things, probably all of the elements at once. You need to figure out how to do that. Because you've got to reground back to Keely. If you don't, the weight of all this other situations is going to eventually crush all of this foundation here. Because right now, the foundation is starting to spread like this. and you don't need the foundation to spread. You need the foundation to be back solid. So you need to literally kind of step out and back away from everything. And for you, I don't think it's just, 5-10 minutes either. I think that you literally need a day or at least half a day to be completely away from all of this. Getting burnt out, especially with everything going on right now, is not going to help anybody. And I have a feeling that you've been taking on all of these things and being overwhelmed because you're trying to make everybody around you happy. But in making everybody around you happy, it's wearing your soul down. So you have to get back to who Keely is. Get that strength back. Remind yourself how strong you are, honey. And I'm sorry that everybody's been taking advantage of you lately, because that's almost exactly what's going on. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Like, I just wanted to just, that's the energy that's with this. So I'm sorry, sugar. I'm sorry. Literally take a day. Turn your phone off for half a day. So yeah, because they're not going to leave you alone either way, and they're going to be mad either way. So you might as well just turn your phone off. Be like, fuck it, you're going to be mad at me anyway. Fuck it. Just adopt the fuck it bucket attitude. There you go. I'm just saying what I'm saying. So yeah, Keely, tell them, when they get mad. Well, my spiritual advisor said I needed a full break, not just 5 minutes. I needed a full break. So there you go. And if you guys are messaging on YouTube there, let me pull this YouTube over to the side. I'm so sorry. Now I feel like an asshole. All right, hang on. There we go. I tend to forget that there are comments on YouTube too. Well, if I could get it to work, that'd be cool. All right. All righty. All right, Christina Jesse, you ready? Oh, I love that. Chris Thompson on YouTube said, Andy always has that energy. I don't know how she does it. I need a page from her book. Oh, babe, no, I don't. No, I don't. There are days I'm like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck you, fuck them, fuck everything. I lied. I'm always doing something. I can't even lie. In fact, I've been getting lectures from some of my team that I should probably take a break. But, it is what it is. All right, Christina, you ready? Ooh, okay. So, no, this is not Fireball in a can, love. It is just a tumbler. I love me some Fireball, but being diabetic, Fireball is not my friend anymore. So this is, I wasn't really a drinker anyway. So, I guess I'm okay with it, but I really like me some Fireball. So, shit. All right. Christina, what's up with this? This is a lone little rattlesnake rib bone over here. And look at how it's on the top going in. Ooh, you have a lot of turmoil and some divided stuff going on. So, girl, you have zebra upside down up here, meaning that nobody is working together as a team. Oh, no, there's another piece right there. Okay. All right. So, you have this zebra, the piece up here is upside down, meaning no teamwork. Then you have two divided groups here. Let's talk about the group over here. So you have a peach pit on top of it, like you can see, peach pit. Then you have the buffalo, then you have the turtle, and they're all on top of each other like this. That is a very hard-headed group right there. Oh my God. They are so hard-headed, it's not even funny. Like, they refuse to get out of this comfort zone and see anything else. I would say this is at least 2 people, probably 3. Then you have a muskrat tooth in the middle, and it's closer to them than it is this side, meaning this little group over here, they are not wavering on what they believe. No, they're not wavering at all. Then you have this. The people over here, you have the shell, you have an alligator tooth, and you have another piece of zebra, but it's right side up. So the people on this side, on the other side over here, they're very grounded. It's kind of like they've seen this pattern before. Does that make sense? They've seen this pattern before. This group over here is ready to work as a team. And really, this is, I don't know if this is you. They're ready to try to work with everybody else as a team, but something is still in the middle here. Something is still in the middle. So here's what this reading is about. Because you already know the situation. You already know there's something in the middle that's keeping everything from working as a team. You don't know what's in the middle, though. That's what this reading is about. This little fucking bone right here. So, guys, when I see a rattlesnake rib bone come out in a bone reading, rattlesnakes are not something good that you want to see in a reading. It's venomous. Super venomous. Having a rib bone pop up in a reading like this means that there is an outside influence that's doing everything they can to poison this teamwork. Okay? So whoever's on this side over here that's trying to pull everything together, that's trying to get everybody back on the same track, there's an outside influence in someone's ear, more than one. There's an outside influence that's trying to poison everything here. And they're stopping at nothing to do it. They have no problem lying. They have no problem doing whatever they need to do. But there's an outside influence here. Just so you know. Just so you know. I would kind of take a step sideways. Not back, but sideways. Look at the situation in a different angle. Who would gain from poisoning this other side to working together? Does that make sense? Who would gain from that? You'll have your answer pretty easily. But it's someone that has things to gain from these people staying separated. So, makes sense. That makes sense? All right. Let me refresh my list here. I have Miss Lisa. Thank you for the dancing beer. I love you. I love the beer. Well, it'd be nice if this would pop up. All right. There we go. All right, Lisa, you ready? There we go. It's easier if I go down. There we go. Yeah, all right. All right. Well, that wanted to come out, so that goes in there right off the bat. Y'all, I'm even turning the bag around. Here's what's really funny. I'll have to dump my bag out and show you guys how many things are in there. It's like a deck of cards. There's probably at least 30 different bones, leathers, trinkets, stones in that bag, okay? I think it's funny that just like with card readings, with bone readings every single night, it seems like there's some of the same ones that come out over and over and over and over and over again. What I just pulled out here, the same damn buffalo bone, the zebra upside down, but the shell is over that little piece of quartz that popped out, and then the cat bone's over here in an interesting, weird position. So, Miss Lisa, here's the thing. This is not the time to be, the only way I can say it is, it's not the time to be working with others. And I'm not sure if this is spiritual related or if this is just personal related, but right now is not the time for you to be working with other people on this situation. You're extremely grounded in who you are right now. Not only that, but that grounding is being amplified somehow. I'm not going to lie, I'm just a little jealous. As it's being amplified, the more amplified it gets, the stronger your connection gets. As your connection gets stronger, it's leading you to unlock this new gift over here. This cat bone is sitting up at a weird angle. That's not the way, I rarely see that fall like that. So, you have a gift that's about to be unlocked. And I have a feeling that you have people that are either wanting to help you or people that you feel drawn to talk to or work with or whatever. But that zebra skin being upside down, it tells me that if you work with them, and I'm not saying don't ever, I'm saying right now, if you work with them, it's going to deplete some of this energy that's going on and hold this gift back. And I have a feeling it's one that you're really going to need going forward. So just kind of hold off a little bit. And I have a feeling that with this situation too, you've almost started learning or started talking to this people or something. You've like almost pulled the trigger on it and then have stopped every time. Like your gut keeps telling you, well, maybe tomorrow, or the universe also keeps doing things that's putting stuff where you can't do it for a reason. You need this gift insane crazy. You need this gift. Okay. Just know the time will come for you to group or this other person or whatever it is, but it's not right now. It's not right now, because if you do, it's going to hold you back from this gift, and this is an amazing, unique gift that's going to manifest with you. So, yeah, is that what it is? Is that what it is, Lisa? Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Just wait, because that gift is going to manifest. Just continue to stay grounded. Allow your own energy to continue amplifying. Yeah. Don't let anybody know just yet. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Don't let anybody know just yet. So, all righty. Miss Susan. Oh, I'm so glad. Well, I actually have to pull this up for a second so I can see what all's down there. you kind of overwhelmed with some shit. Okay, so on the bottom down here, you ready? We're going to go through all these things. You have a big star anise. You have a scroll. You have a deer tooth. You have a muskrat eardrum. You have the peach pit. You also have something trinket-wise from me represents maternal mothers, nurturing. Then you also have the old alligator tooth, and you have a fox tooth. On top of that, you have the buffalo bone for strength. But over here, you have some other things. You have a rattlesnake head. You also have a titanium quartz and the zebra skin upside down. Jeebus, Susan. There's so much shit. Okay. You take on all of this stuff. Yay! You take on all of this stuff because it's in your nature to, it's not just nurture, but it's take care of and mother people around you. By you taking on this role with them and certain situations, it's not just people, it's situations as well. You put your wisdom, your spiritual protection, your peace, your cunning, your strength. Like you literally put all of yourself into everybody that you help, that you do things for. But here's the thing. Woo! 2 already, 2. Shit. Here's the thing. That rattlesnake head right there kind of bothers me a little bit. I don't think you're getting any alone time. I think that the few little bits of time, the little bit of time that you do have alone, it's either asleep or you're trying to catch up on other things that you have to do. So, love, you're an amazing person. And the fact that you give so much of yourself to everybody and every situation is a fantastic thing. But you have to step back. You have to step back. You have to step back. The other thing here that's interesting, the fox tooth keeps kind of pinging my eye here. The fox is some trickster energy and some cunning. And the fact that it's coming out the side over here, I have a feeling that something is keeping you so snowed under and so busy that you can't focus on yourself. You can't focus on your path. You can't focus on where you need to go, what you need to do, etc. It's almost like the universe itself is screwing with you. Not in a hardcore way, but just enough that you can't see it, obviously. Does that make sense? It's like instead of it just heaping all this stuff on you and you're like, you know what, universe, I see your bullshit and I see what you're doing. It's kind of like, I think that might be what happening. Is that what happening? It's like that. Am I the drama? But you don't quite see it. I bet you've made the joke a couple times, but you don't quite see it. So, be careful in going forward, because that trickster energy right there is trying to keep you swamped on purpose. So start really, really trusting your gut, because when something new pops up and your gut's like, yeah, I don't think that's a thing, but you know, your heart and your head's like, well, but I should do it because of blah, blah, blah. You need to trust your gut, because there's going to be some new things popping up a little bit. Now that it's on your radar, anytime you try to take a step back and take a break, they're going to pop up. So you're going to have to get good at telling people that you're busy. I don't like that rattlesnake head right there because it's literally the tip of it is touching. I mean, you can see it right there. The tip of it is touching that buffalo bone. That's your strength. That's what's keeping you going. So if you allow all of this trickster energy to keep you going, that will end up draining your strength. And you definitely don't want that. So I'm sorry, love. Sorry you don't get any alone time. I understand. And being a mom, it's really hard to do. It's really hard to do. Even when a kid gets older. I know, trust me. But just know that, yes, there are things trying to knock you off your path right now. And if you really pay attention, and it's more pay attention to your gut. And what the fuck's up with your foot? What's up with your feet? I know that was really random, but as I'm like, you need to pay attention to your gut. My right foot started feeling weird, and it was like, ask her what's up with her feet. So I don't know what's up with your foot. I don't know. And I'm crazy. Oh, okay. Is it bothering you a lot lately? Because that was like it was a weird thing to come out of my mouth. I'm sorry. And weird shit comes out of my mouth. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, pay attention to it, because the fact that, does it make it to where, okay, so here's what's up with my foot right now. It's almost like it hurts, but it's numb at the same time. So it doesn't really hurt because it's numb. Did that make sense? Bone on bone. Oh, girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need to pay attention to that. Yeah, that's a weird feeling, man. Take it back. Take it back, Susan. Take it back. That's fucking funny. All right. All right, Miss Carrie. Ready? Oh, thank you guys for subscribing. I appreciate it so much. I'm hoping, I know that sometimes, I've heard that we're able to do certain rooms just for subscribers, but yet they don't want to tell us how to do it yet. So I'm like, what's the point of that then? So I appreciate it, guys. And I'm waiting for some new emotes to be uploaded so you guys can use them too. Just saying. All right, Miss Carrie Beeman. Okay. Oh, that's obsidian. I was like, that looks red. It's not red. Okay. So, Carrie, you've got the fox fang over there, too. You have a piece of obsidian. You have a shell. You have the rune upside down. Petrified wood, the plum pit. And then you have the buffalo bone on top of all of that. I think that's everything I pulled out. Yes. Okay. Oof. Oh, so you finally figured out which way you need to be going forward. That rune upside down tells me that you kind of have had an epiphany. You know which way you need to be going. But what sucks is there's a few things standing in your way. There's a really interesting intertwined situation. You have somebody really, really close to you that just does not support you. What sucks is they don't support you, but they're they're absolutely part of your strength and your backbone. So it's really hard for you to kind of cut that off, I guess, in a way, if that makes sense. Well, not in a way. It's hard for you to cut that person off. because this is someone really close to you, really care about. I have a feeling it's somebody family-wise. So the other person here in this situation, other main person in this situation, you feel like if you move forward on this path, you're going to be cutting off this strength. You're going to be cutting off this protection, because the other person is kind of protection. One's masculine, one's feminine. If you continue to go the way you need to go, you feel like you're cutting those things off. But here's the thing, you're really not. The feminine especially is going to accept what is going to change, what's going to happen, and they're going to become your strength. That fox tooth over there is a little different with yours. Sweet Pea, you have a very elegantly important role to walk forward on with. Two words are hard. You have a very important role to play. And you're going to have to step away from this intertwined situation to do it. And I know it's going to be really, really hard. But like I said, the female in this situation is going to help you and become your strength. In fact, she has a massive amount of strength. What I would say too is, as you're moving away from this intertwined situation, make sure that you're super grounded and going forward. Make sure you're super grounded going forward. Because if you're not, you're going to second guess yourself. Even when you're on the right track, and you're pretty much going to stay on the right track, just stay grounded so you don't lose that confidence. That epiphany that hit you was an epiphany. It is what you're supposed to be doing. You're not crazy. I mean, everybody's a little crazy, but you're not crazy, okay? Does that make sense? So I've been trying to watch and see if you posted in there as I was talking, but I get to like really nerding and looking at the placement and everything. Y'all have no idea what a fucking nerd I am, I swear to God. So I hope that made sense, Carrie, honey. Let me get everybody back up here. All right. I'll move these all around. All right. Miss Lorianne Brown. Gotcha. Okay. It's actually a piece I don't see very often. All right, I'm gonna pick this up because I gotta see what that is. Oh, okay. Interesting. So, y'all can see it, and I'm gonna lift this up really carefully and then put it back down. See the claw there? I just barely saw it. I thought that it was a stone, and it's not. It's an actual claw. So I gotta put that back. You have a piece of pedalite. You have an interesting, apricot quartz down there. Turtle bone, a piece of imperial jasper, then that fox claw, petrified wood, and your zebra skin there. So, Miss Lorianne Brown. I find it funny that this song is the one playing behind here, because everything in this reading right here, all of this being, see how compact it is too? Maybe you can't see because, thank you, Miss Kathy. I don't know because the comments if you can see, but this is so compact. And it's not just you circling the wagons. This is like you're literally putting out your protections spiritually, emotionally, physically, like all of the protections over this situation. So there's two in the middle. There is that apricot quartz, and there's that lepidolite, which both of those are very feminine energies. One is a little bit darker. The other one is light and bubbly. Okay. And when I say a little darker, I don't mean like down and depressed darker. I just mean they're not as lighthearted as the other one. The other one has a much younger, lighthearted, goofy, bubbly energy. That one is just a little heavier. Everything here is protecting those two energies. What I find really interesting too is that claw is coming out of this underneath the petrified wood there, and it's completely touching that jasper. You're literally working with so many different people, energies, things, etc., to protect these two in the middle here. Something has you really, really bothered for those two energies in the middle. So here's what I'm going to say. Because of how this is all completely compact like this, it's not the time to make a big decision yet. It's not the time to make any decision yet on this situation. Just let it be compact for a little bit and pay attention to how things are going forward. Does that make sense? Because there's still something that has to shift here. There's still something that has to shift, that has to change slightly. Because if you make a decision now, it's going to fall through. Does that make sense? It's going to fall through. So if you say you're looking at moving, if you made a decision to move right now, you're like, okay, here's where we're moving. This is where we're going or whatever. Something will happen for it to fall through. So it's best if you just don't make a decision on this situation at all. Just allow it to be compact, allow it to kind of keep moving inwards. Does that make sense? Let it compact a little more. It's not the right time to make a decision yet. Like I said, there's still something that has to shift. Okay. I'm glad it makes sense. Yeah, there's still something that has to shift. Once that shifts, you're going to know. Like, you're going to know. And you'll know it's time to make the decision. But right now, just kind of let it float. Do you know what I'm talking about with this big decision? You're welcome so much, Lori. Lori Lou. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Miss Dana Smith. So I'm going to try to get my live schedule updated this weekend, guys. It will definitely be updated by Monday. I just had to kind of wait for my schedule to even out a little bit before I could get it back to remember how I used to always have my schedule planned out? My schedule's been crazy. Didn't want to plan my live schedule and then have to cancel something. You know what I mean? So I will have it done Monday. Hey, Miss Dana, how are you? Oh, now I got to move that. Okay. All right. So you have that blank rune right side up. You have a raven skull kind of turned on its side, touching a star anise, which is touching a muskrat tooth, which has a piece of petrified wood over it. Then you have a buffalo tooth, and then you have an obsidian up there by itself. Oh, this is some frustrating stuff, Miss Dana. This right here tells me that you have figured out exactly which way you need to go. You have figured. It's not an epiphany. It's that you have really given whatever the situation is. You have given it a lot of thought, a lot of. I want to say planning. But even though you've given it a lot of thought and a lot of planning and you know exactly which way you need to go with it, it's like something is still standing in your way. You can't. Something's missing. Something's missing. Something is missing because that petrified wood is over the tooth and it's over the star anise, which is spiritual protection and words moving forward and really making intelligent choices. And I said it that way on purpose. The raven skull being kind of on its side, there's something that you're not seeing that's the bridge between what you know you need to do and what's going on. There we go. It is going to take all of your inner strength to move forward with this. Every bit of it. And the times that you feel like you're drifting, that you're unprotected, that's where that obsidian comes in. That's somebody that's around you all the time, that's doing everything they can to protect you. And I don't mean here. It's somebody guide-wise, somebody that's passed on that is protecting you all the time. Girly, girly, girly. There's still one piece that you don't see. And I have a feeling that's why you needed this reading. Now that you know there's a piece that you can't see, it's almost like it's going to be illuminated for you. When it gets illuminated for you, you're going to get rocketed forward with it. It's like once you see that invisible step, you get shoved down it. And I feel like good. I don't know what you got going on tomorrow, but for some reason I feel like tomorrow is going to be a very important day, whether it's with this or something else. But it's funny, I was going to say you need to get a good night's sleep again, but I feel like I need to say you will get a good night's sleep tonight, so don't stress. So just know, Miss Dana, that I'm proud of you for setting your boundaries and putting this decision in place, like with you. And know that as soon as this little piece, missing piece, and what's funny is little tiny missing piece, but once it's illuminated, it's like down the path you go. There's no stopping. So pull your big kid pants up, because it's about to be on like Donkey Kong. And know that you do have that protector there all the time, honey. Okay? One of my favorite pieces. I just hit the wrong thing. Shit, hang on. Sorry. I'm sorry. I was waiting to see if Miss Dana understood what I was saying. Thank you for the corgi butt. Alrighty. So I have Chris Fashawa, Shannon Sprague, Emily Young, Andrea, Samantha Wolverton. Ooh, I can't pronounce that name, and that is awesome. That's like a badass vampire name. All right. Okay, but I digress. Good. I'm so glad. I looked up just in time to see your comment, Dana. I have a lot more after that, guys. I'm just letting you know who my next few are, okay? Oh, look at you guys with the 200K. Aren't you sweet? All right. How are you standing up? Oh, all right. Gotcha. Okay. I was like, how are you standing up? Like, oh, y'all could see it. I just, wait there. I just couldn't see it. So you have the star anise, you have a shell, you have the lepidolite, you have a bobcat knuckle, and then you have the zebra. But here's what's funny is there is a deer dew claw down there underneath it. That's what's holding that up. Y'all could see it. I just couldn't see it. So, whoo. Hi, boo. What's that? All righty, Miss Chris. Here's what's funny. When I look at this, it's like I see a team, but they're fractured. I see a team, but they're kind of just scattered. Why do I keep hearing scattered, and I don't know why. So that deer claw under there is actually really important. So I'm going to start there, and then we're going to work through this because there's 3 different aspects to this team, okay? So first of all, the zebra represents teamwork. That deer dew claw underneath there represents peace, and it represents hidden peace, basically. Whatever this is that's fractured this group has been keeping y'all from working together, and it's been keeping you guys from being completely peaceful. Now, I'm not saying this group is arguing because I don't think that's the case. I think it's more just, well, I'm just not going to talk to them today, or I'm just not going to do this or that. It's actively ignoring somebody. Like, you think they're ignoring you, and they think you're ignoring them, even though y'all are both just busy. Does that make sense? So, I don't even know what's the best way to fix this. What's funny is I feel like you're the shell in this situation. You're the shell. You're super, super spiritually protected right now. Super spiritually protected. Then you have the bobcat knuckle, which is more of a masculine energy. You have the lepidolite up here, which is a feminine energy. Now, the bobcat knuckle is closer to the deer and closer to the zebra than the lepidolite is, which tells me that the masculine energy in this situation is a little more open to understanding everybody is busy. You know what I mean? You know how some people, like, this is especially true, like, in trying to date. You'll come across some people that they are so needy and they want to message you every 5 seconds and they want to know where you are and then what you're doing and blah, 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 blah. And if you get busy for 5 minutes and you don't answer them right back, then they're on your ass. You know what I'm talking about? That kind of energy. He understands that you're just busy. But at the same time, he kind of feels left out. Does that make sense? The feminine energy up here, though, is just doing their own thing. They just don't give a shit. They do and they don't. I guess that makes better sense. They're just kind of doing their own thing. So you're going to have to be the one to reach out there, because they're kind of like, oh, well, they're not reaching out to me, so I'm not going to reach out to them. That's kind of that's it. So there is actually a lot of hidden peace here already. It's just you're going to almost have to pull it out. You're going to have to pull it for it to be peaceful. Does this make sense? I saw that you said this is the super interesting. I hope this makes sense to you, love. Because it's a unique situation. What's even more interesting about it is that peace can't happen until y'all come together as a team, which can't happen until the peace is brought about. It's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. So that's why I said you're going to have to be the one that's like, no, this is what has to happen. YouTube has no sound. I would bet. Let me see if I pause this. So is that better on YouTube? Can you guys hear me? Because now I'm curious because I saw that someone said that YouTube has no sound. So you have sound? Okay. All right. Because I was like, that's really weird. Like sometimes it does it if I have music playing. So I'll pause the music. But okay, good. I'm glad you can hear Andy. So Chris, I'm not sure what the best way is to tell you to move forward with this because you're kind of going to have to forcefully make the peace. Like you're going to have to be like, look, we're getting along whether y'all like it or not. But I will say the masculine energy in the situation is going to be much easier to bring in teamwork wise than the other one is. Interesting. Okay. So you kind of understand the fractured aspect a little bit. Yay. Thank you, Mickey and Penny. Because yeah, this is it's really interesting, girl. So oh, there we go. All right. Couldn't find the end for a minute. All right. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to be the one that kind of forces the conversation, forces the peace. Otherwise, it's going to continue to get fractured. It's going to continue to get fractured. I'm sorry, girly. I mean, I'm glad that you guys work together, and I'm glad that one of y'all is getting promoted. But I hate to see that it's fracturing your friendship, and no one really wants to say it. No one really wants to say anything. So, thank you, Miss Missy. All right, Shannon. You're ready? You're welcome, Chris. Well, that Peach Pit hitched a ride. All right, Miss Shannon. Y'all notice my eye twitching? It's driving me up the wall. I just wanted to point it out and acknowledge that it's being a pain in the ass. Gotta love it. Kind of had an interesting headache all day, and I know several other people have too. We have a ton of solar flares that are hitting today and all kinds of other crap. So I've been fighting a migraine on and off, and so my eyes like, look at my eye twitching. I'm really not angry or going crazy that I know of yet, so I'm just saying. It's okay for y'all to laugh at that, I promise. It's okay. All right. Ready, Miss Shannon? So you have the star anise. So you have an interesting little line right up here. You have the star anise. You have a little trinket that is the moon and a heart, but it's upside down. Then you have titanium quartz. Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought it was upside down, but it's not. You have a Celtic love knot right side up and a little piece of quartz. And you have a turtle bone by itself. That peach pit that hitched a ride on my bracelet. And the raven head. Okay. Gotcha. Do what? Okay. I'm like, okay. Shannon, this up here, what's funny is it looks like a little crown. It looks like a little tiara. You really are owning your own personal power right now. And I think that's fucking fantastic. And it's like the more you own it, the more strength you gain, the more it amplifies, the more spiritual enlightenment, protection, like the more you own your personal power, the better everything gets. And the better everything gets, the more you own like, it's just like boop, 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 boop. Like it's just. So this is awesome. Congratulations. Like, this is fantastic. So here's the thing. I feel like you're questioning yourself for some reason. You know that this stuff is going up, 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 up. You're gaining all this confidence, up, 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 up. And then I don't know if it's your own baggage, if it's your own hangups, what it is, but you keep second guessing yourself and questioning yourself. So it's like you're gaining all this confidence and it's just continuing to go, go, go in your personal power. But for some reason, the bottom of it is getting fractured. So here's where I smack your hand and I tell you to stop it, because that turtle bone there, you've almost got the inner strength that you look up to in others so much. And when I say almost, I mean like a frog's hair away. You're at that point. You just have some of this bottom layer is just, it's gotten fractured, cracked. It's not completely apart. It's just cracked. There we go. Spiderweb cracked. You know what I mean? Like that kind of cracked. That's what that peach pit represents is. Okay. What the peach pit and the raven head right there represent, I'm going to say it's somebody that's in your psyche. Does that make sense? It's somebody that's in your psyche that they've kind of done a number on you. And for some reason, they're still doing it. And I don't feel like you're actively around this person much anymore. I feel like what they're doing is when you're around them, they're making little tiny jabs here or there. They're saying one little thing to get you or to get under your skin, and it's working every time. You might not show it outwardly, but later, like you overthink their comment for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Gotcha. Okay. Well, sweetheart, let me say this. When I mentioned all of those cracks, honey, you are your own glue. You are your own glue. You are not selfish by having confidence. You are not selfish by doing things for you. You are not selfish by not second guessing everything you do. You have absolutely gained your own personal power and your peace back. And I'm sorry that this person is continuing to do and say these things. But just know it's because they feel like they lost. Does that make sense? They feel like they lost. And they can't come out and be an asshole to your face, really. So they have to do it in little bitty tiny ways. So, yeah. So I'm waiting to see if you understand what I'm saying about this person. People do things out of anger and out of hurt. Sometimes they may not come at you angrily screaming and yelling. They may not come at you and say, hey, you know, this whole thing really hurt me, blah, blah, blah. They just do little tiny shitty things out of hurt. So these little tiny things that are getting back to you, whether it's directly or indirectly, are causing those cracks. And I just want to throat punch this person because seeing that crown there, it just lets me know that you've really owned your own personal power, and it's fucking fantastic. And like I said, congratulations. And I'm super proud of you. I'm super proud of you. And that turtle bone is moving up here. Like I said, you almost, like a frog's hair away, have that inner strength that you so admire in everybody else. You pretty much have it. You just have to acknowledge that you have it. I know that you know you're strong, and I know that you know you have a ton of inner strength, but I think that there are people that you look up to, whether it's on TikTok or family or whatever. There are people that you look up to. You have more inner strength than they do, and you have no idea. You have no idea. Yeah, get out of your own head. Sweet Pea, you're an amazing, powerful person. And once you realize that you have so much more inner strength than you ever imagined, that crown will be complete. So, yeah, get out of your own head. I know that's easier said than done. I know it's easier said than done. Trust me. So, but I'm very proud of you, honey, because like I said, this up here tells me that you've really, really come a long way putting all those jewels back in your crown. So, congratulations. Congratulations. And I put that person in the bag right away. They went back in the bag. All right. Miss Emily Young. What did my computer just do? Don't do that. Don't do that. I need you to work correctly, please. Oh my God. That's funny, Sass. Thank you. You're welcome, hon. All right, Emily. Okay, damn shit. Okay, hang on. Fuck. All right. I'm going to move this real quick so I can see. Make sure it's the only thing under there. Okay. Well, you ready to go through all this? Woo. Well, you kind of got a clusterfuck going on. All right. Okay, I see why it's a clusterfuck. It's a good clusterfuck, but it's clusterfuck. So, let me try to explain all of this. Let's talk about the middle, because this is you. Then we're going to talk about all the other stuff, okay? So, underneath all of there's a shell. Then there's a big piece of zebra, which is turned in on itself, or turned in on everything else. Then there's petrified wood. There's a scroll. There's titanium quartz, and there's a deer tooth, okay? So all this right here are all pieces of you. It's your strength. It's your grounding. It's your intelligence. It's your literally your backbone. It's your inner peace. It's all of the things. And it's you taking care of yourself. It's you taking care of yourself, protecting yourself, putting that shell around you, okay? Now, let's talk about these things out to the side out here. You have a turtle knuckle bone. Then you have this gnarly alligator tooth. Then you have another piece of zebra, but it's right side up. We're going to talk about this last part in a second, this part over here. These are 3 different people. These are 3 different people, and they're physical people. They're people here right now in this life, alive, breathing. You can touch them. You have one person that is very gruff, but very steadfast. I almost said strong, but it's like steadfast. They're just like, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. They're very solid in their opinion. They're very solid in what they believe, what they do. They're just solid. They don't change. They don't waver. And they're offering a lot of support for you. Then you have this one up here that this one's kind of funny. I can't really get a feel if that is masculine or feminine, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I kind of incline toward it being more of a masculine feel. The one up here, though, the alligator tooth, the one that represents, that one is absolutely masculine in this situation. This guy right here is older. pretty comical, pretty laid back, and just adores you and does everything they can to kind of shield you from things. Then you have this one over here, this piece of zebra skin. This one's more feminine. This is somebody that just wants everybody to get along and always promotes the peace. There's more of like a hippier feel to her energy. All three of them are doing everything they can to help this person over here. So this person over here, this is a turtle bone. And then up here on top of the turtle bone is the rattlesnake head upside down. All three of these people are doing everything they can to help this turtle bone person keep the fucking rattlesnake out of your path. Keep the rattlesnake out of your life. Because apparently these people here see all the things piled on your plate. All four of them. Oh, there it is. Number 3, all four of them they see the growth that you've gone through. They see all the things that you've been doing. They literally see all the things. They see all the things. And they're trying to support everything you're doing going forward. And apparently there is some other energy that is just doing, it's almost like if it could get to you, it could really break you right now. So they're doing everything they can to shield you from this person. So that being said, Miss Andy, I think you know already who these people are. They absolutely adore everything about you. They adore everything about you. I know you're independent, and I know that you don't need anybody's help. And I know that you're learning a lot about yourself, where you're going forward and everything like that. But I want you to know that it's okay to let them help you. It's okay to let them help you, because I kind of feel like they're going to help you whether you want them to or not. I kind of feel like they're going to do it whether you want them to or not. So you don't have a choice. But whoever that turtle bone is, that's a younger energy than the other 3. It's a younger energy than the other 3. Like I said, that one's doing everything it can to keep that fucking rattlesnake away from you. So they form a good team, honey. They form a good team. Even if they don't really work together or don't know they're working together, they form an amazing team. So you're very lucky. You're very lucky. And I think it's fantastic that you have a support system like this with whatever this is that you're going through, Sweet Pea. So I hope that helps, Andy Poo. Andrea. And starting calling you Andy, whether you like it or not. So that. Oh, that was Emily's. I'm so sorry. I was saying Andy, and it was Emily. So, sorry. I'm on crack. Don't listen to me, Andy, because that was Emily's. My computer scrolled up a little bit, and I was like, wait, I didn't mark Andy off. Whenever I pulled the name up, it's because that was Emily. My computer hates me. All right. Andy, it is now you. This is all you. I'm glad that Emily was like, nah, I got you. Husband, dad, and mom shielding me from my toxic sister. I'm so sorry, girl. I'm so sorry. What the heck is that? What is he doing over there?
He's messing with them.
It was just the weirdest. I was like, what is he doing? I don't know if y'all heard that. My dog started making the weirdest sound. I was like, is he dying? Is he dying? It's okay. I'm used to her shit. I'm sorry. It doesn't make it okay. In no way does that make it okay. All right. Andy. Emily, you're lucky to have that kind of a support system, honey, because a lot of people don't. All right, Andy. So, oh, I understand, unfortunately. Thank you for the gift, love. Hey, don't die, sir. I'm going to need you to not die right now. Good Lord. All right. Andy. You have the buffalo bone and you have the peach pit that's kind of like the pointy part is kind of down like that. You're really separating your strength, your backbone from your heart right now, aren't you? You like separated yourself completely over here. So that tells me there's a lot of hurt there that you have put up this strong wall right in the front. So nobody really, you put the wall up because no one noticed. I got you. You put the wall up because no one noticed the hurt, and it's easier for you to keep the wall up now than to acknowledge that hurt. So, oh Lord. What's funny is this is where I tell you that shadow work would be a good thing for you to look at. However, I don't think that's quite where you're at yet. I don't think you're ready to unpack that boulder. I think that this here is talking about that strength because the universe needs you to keep those big girl pants on for just a tiny bit longer. The universe needs you to keep that on just a little bit longer. I think you'll know when it's time to break that boulder down, but it's just, and I'm almost wondering, have you been looking at different shadow work stuff lately, Andy? Because, or has this situation been on your mind a lot? Because I have a feeling you've been teetering towards unpacking it. I'm just kind of waiting. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it's not time to unpack that. Yeah, it's not time to unpack that boulder yet. So the strength is what needs to stay in place right now, Andy, honey. Gotcha. Okay. So one thing about shadow work, guys, you have to take a break. You can't do shadow work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You just can't. You can't. You will burn yourself out. You will break yourself. So shadow work is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. Shadow work is something that you have to do to move forward spiritually. Shadow work is not just a spiritual concept either. It's actually a psychological concept that was founded by Carl Jung. Well, the term was coined by Carl Jung, let's say that. But you cannot do it all the time. You can't. Otherwise, all you're doing is entertaining the dark side of yourself, the dark parts, and not working enough on the light. So, yeah. Keep those big girl pants up right now, Miss Andy. Okay? It'll be time to unpack the boulder soon enough, I promise. It's always time to unpack the boulder sooner than you really wanted to. So, just saying. Just saying. All right. Well, thank you from France. I appreciate that. Yeah, shadow work is emotionally exhausting. It is absolutely emotionally exhausting. It's definitely a workout for your emotions. All right. So I have Samantha. And then I don't know how to pronounce this name. You've been wanting to move on, but I get to. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's just not quite time yet, Andy, honey. But I have a feeling you're going to know exactly when it is. I don't think it's going to be something that. Thank you for the gift, love. I don't think it's going to be something that's going to be like, is it time? I think it might be time. It's going to be like, oh shit, it's time. Okay. It's going to smack you in the head. So I don't know how to pronounce this next name. Like I have some Miss Samantha next, but after that, it's like a badass name. And I feel like you're like some vampire back there, or some really badass vampire. Yes, thank you. Lestina. Lestina. Dude, that's cool. Why you gotta come in here with a cool name like that? And it's Carpenter at the end. Come on now, tell me you're a vampire, please. Even if you're lying to me. Even if you're lying to me. Even if you're lying to me. All right, Samantha, let's do Samantha. And then we're going to do the vampire. Then Raven Fielder. Did you know you had 2 readings, love? Just make sure. Dude, that's awesome. I think that's awesome as shit. Then I have Angie, then Miss Leanne, then Colleen, then Alyssa. So Raven, I have Raven Fielder. Just let me know if you know you had 2. I just want to make sure. Okay? I just want to make sure. All right, Samantha. Woo! If I can, not fuck shit up. That'd be nice. Oh, you gotta have all the shit too. All right. Why y'all gotta have all the shit? Okay. You have both my Raven skulls. Both of them are upside down. Well, one's upside down and one's on the side. Then you have a little piece of zebra. Then you have the Larkavite going into the buffalo, which is strength. Up underneath there, you have the plum pit. You have the peach pit. You have the star anise. Then you have alligator tooth on top, cat bone, muskrat tooth, and then turtle over here. All the things, Sam. Holy shit. All right. All the fucking things. So, Sam, you have overcome a couple of things and a couple of situations. I have a feeling they both revolve around a person, 2 different people, but you've overcome these 2. Woo, you've overcome these 2. I'm just going to say it that way. One of them has completely been left in the dust. The other one is almost back there. Like you can still kind of see him in the rearview mirror, whereas the other one's so far back there, like you don't even think about him anymore. I mean, you do, but you know what I'm saying. I think that the reason that you can't leave this other one in the dirt so far is because there's something still that's tying the 2 of you together. That zebra there is teamwork. So there's something that's still tying the 2 of you together. But because of that situation, your spiritual self and your physical self are completely intertwined. And I know everybody's like, well, isn't everybody's? No, it's not. It's completely intertwined. In fact, your spiritual self has kind of impaled your physical self to the point that you're taking a lot more strength from your spiritual self than your physical self. Does that make sense? That makes sense? I know I'm that way because I'm weak as fuck anymore, but like spiritually, I'm like He-Man. What's interesting too is this stuff here at the back. You have the plum pit, the peach pit, the star anise, the alligator on top. And you have the cat and you have the muskrat. Like, and it's kind of like a tail that goes down like that. So it's like after this became a thing and those two strengths switched, you gained all of this stuff. Just it's like you found your heart again. You found your spiritual protection. You found your drive. You opened up gifts again, didn't you? That's a big gift that you opened back up. You found your ferociousness again. You literally found your ferociousness again. The turtle bone up here by itself is very interesting. We're going to talk about that one in just a second. As you continue to walk in this situation with that raven head there that's sideways, the further down this path you go with them, and I don't know why you're tied to them, but there's a reason you're tied to them. Like you can't just leave them in the rearview mirror. Sweet Pea, that ferocious part of you, those gifts, that drive, all that stuff is only going to continue to get stronger. It's only going to continue to get stronger. And I don't know if you just needed that confirmation or what, but it is only going to, it's only going to grow. You're going to be one of the strongest fucking people around. I'm just saying. Whatever the situation was with that first person that's in the past, they already started this process. The second person there that you're still tied to, they have solidified the process. So as you continue to go forward and grow, it's only going to go through the roof, honey. So here's the thing with that. As it grows, there's something missing in your life right now. As your inner strength grows, as this spiritual strength grows, your gift comes back, goes through the roof, etc. You have this other person that's coming into your life. They're not here yet. They're not here yet. You still have a tiny bit you have to learn, go through, deal with, etc. Just a little. It's like going like this as you go forward. You know what I mean? Like that distance is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. But this person can't come into your life just yet. So I don't know if you're manifesting this person, if you're telling the universe, like, look, dude, I've waited long enough. This is stupid. Why can't I have this kind of person in my life? The universe is like, I get it. I get it. You want this kind of person. You want this, this is this. They're coming. I have them for you, but you still have something that has to be finished. So I'm kind of curious what this situation is because it's really interesting. These two people, the one that's been, long time ago, not long time ago, but the one that's, behind you, and then the one that you're still tied to are almost identical. They're almost identical. One just wasn't as open and upfront that they were exactly like this other person. And that's why you're still tied to them. I was waiting to see if I got something from you. Or if you understood all of that before I moved on. So. All right, my new vampire friend. You think you got it? Good. Do you know who the people are? Oh, I'm sorry, love. It's on YouTube if you want to go back and listen to it. Like I'm streaming live on YouTube if you want to go back and listen to it so you can hear the whole thing. Because it's a pretty interesting thing, especially that person coming into your life. So, because I have a feeling you've been asking for that person or manifesting that person, wanting that person, etc. So, all right, Listina, you ready? So, as I was trying to pull out a couple things for you here, I kept having that petrified wood fall in my hand. And then the next one I grabbed is that Imperial Jasper. So, Sweet Pea, why are you not owning your crown? Why are you not owning your crown? There it is. I knew I was going to yawn, so I'm like, I don't even want to start talking because I'm going to stop mid-word and be like, and now I'm yawning. Why are you not owning your crown? You're a fucking fantastic person. You're a fantabulous person. Not only are you a fantastic person, but when you allow yourself to have the confidence in you that you have in other people, you are so grounded in your path and who you are moving forward that crown that you have, it's humongous. Like, it's humongous. So I have the feeling that you're probably an energy well, that you overwhelm people, and that people have done a number on you because of it. And I don't mean like they've taken too much of your energy. I mean that they've made you feel less than. They've made you feel like you're too much or whatever. And you are too much, but that's okay. You're supposed to be too much. Energy wells are not normal people. They can't live in the norm. They have so much energy that they have to find a way to expel it. Sometimes they have so much energy that it gets bound up and they can't figure out how to expel it. So they get irritated and then they almost get like froze up because they can't go forward. So you need to ground yourself a little better. And I said it that way because what used to work for you is not working for you now. Your energy has shifted, your energy has changed, and it's way more than it was. And so now you need a different type of grounding than you had. You need to be doing something different. Because what you used to do to make sure you stayed you, that you stayed chilled and calm, doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. Once you're able to do that, I think that that crown's going to plant itself firmly back on your noggin, and you're not going to be able to remove it. So, did that make sense, love? I've been waiting to see if you popped up comment-wise. So I hope that made sense, love. All right, Raven. Well, I had asked if you knew you had 2. So I'm just going to assume that's a yes. So. Noggin. Good. I'm glad. I'm so glad, love. Dang it. This is so weird. I got to pull you one more. Oh, that's interesting. It hit and knocked that over. Okay. Is that upside down? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I know it's upside down, but that's weird. All right. You're welcome, my friend. All right. Raven, I drew you 4 because you had too many reads, so I just drew you 4. So first you had the shell and the zebra, and then the turtle bone was up here. And then I was like, okay, I need one more. So I pulled one more, and when it hit something. I didn't catch what it hit, but it caused the shell to flip down on top of the zebra. So you recently, gotcha. Okay. Well, that's okay. It's on YouTube for Raven. So Raven Love, I really felt that. I need to, oh, yeah, you don't need the alone time to recharge anymore. You're just recharging continually. So you need to find something right now that you can pour your energy into. Otherwise, you're going to get overwhelmed really quickly. So, Miss Raven, you just had something hit you that really, it knocked you off kilter, and it made you feel super, super alone. Not only did it make you feel alone, it was really, really heavy. But what's interesting is it's like when you owned that you had no idea what was going to happen from here. When you owned, okay, this happened and it is what it is, and I'm going to go forward. When you owned it, it gave you a ton of strength and I love this. Instead of knowing exactly what the situation was and is and where it's going and like, this is the plan. Instead, it's like, fuck it. It is what it is. Fuck it. And in saying fuck it, you yawn. I mean, you gained this amazing amount of strength. And it's a different strength than was there before. Before, the strength you had was backbone and guts and moving forward no matter what. Now, this strength is more is what it is. Your strength is completely different. Like you've hit an interesting milestone on your enlightenment path. And I say milestone because this thing that happened that shifted you into the it is what it is instead of like super strength, it allowed you so much more freedom. And I think you're realizing that now. You just needed clarification on why you suddenly feel kind of better, even though things are pretty close to the same. Does that make sense? So I hope that made sense. And I'm sure that you'll go back and watch this on YouTube and message me and be like, blah, 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 blah. So yes, please do. Please do. The less you give a shit about where your path is actually going, the better things are going to get. There you go. It's great advice. It's great advice. Thanks, Raven, for giving everybody the best advice tonight. Okay, let me refresh my list. Make sure I'm not forgetting anybody here. You know what? I would appreciate if you wouldn't do that, computer. All right. So I have Angie, Leanne, Colleen, and Alyssa. And I have one damn hair that keeps tickling the middle of my forehead, and it's about to get ripped out by its root. So there we go. It got the hard talking to. And y'all get to see me be a good girl and take my heart medicine. and then knock my shit over, because that's how we roll. All righty. Miss Angie, you ready? It ain't your ticket. That's funny shit. You guys ever have to take medicine that it's like a hard pill and they don't have a taste, but at the same time they do have a taste and it tastes weird and you're like, I don't know if I like this taste or not, and then you can't not taste it? Does that make sense? This heart medicine I'm on, it smells like cake. It doesn't taste like cake. It tastes like stale cake. So you're kind of like, do I like this taste or do I not like this taste? But either way, it like sticks to your tongue. I don't know. It's gross. I just want to share that with you. You're welcome. Okay. Angie. Ready? In case you guys ever wanted to know, Renexa tastes like stale cake. Oh, that makes me so sad, Brienne. Oh, that makes me so sad. I'm so glad I could make her happy while she was here. I'm so sorry, love. I'm sorry that you lost her. So, make me want to cry. Well, I'm glad that I got to talk to her a little bit. I kept feeling like I had to ask about her all the time, so I'm so sorry. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. I felt like I needed to ask about her every time. I'm glad that I could make her happy. I'm glad that you were there to make her happy. And so, yeah. Thank you guys. That's so sweet. Well, Miss Brienne, I'm sorry. I know how hard it is to lose somebody like that. I know it's not like a personal thing, but it becomes a personal thing because in taking care of them and helping them, you can't not be friends. You can't not care about them. So I'm sorry, love. That's hard. It's hard work to be in. So make sure you're taking care of you, okay? You're welcome for the 60-second witchcraft. I mean, I can totally teach a 60-minute, but Freudian slip. Okay, Miss Angie. I pulled out that wonderful broken ass alligator tooth and then the petrified wood. And then you are. What I was looking at is like the way that the petrified wood is facing me. It actually looks like an alligator head. So you have stopped being as ferocious as you need to. You've stopped being ferocious. Why? Why have you stopped being ferocious? Because, so here's the thing. I understand why you stopped being ferocious. I understand that you stopped being ferocious because you needed that inner peace. You needed that inner peace. So I do understand. I absolutely do understand. I think everybody goes through that at one point when it's like, you know what? I need the inner peace more than I need to fight with all of this shit in the universe. But now is the time for you to regain that ferociousness. That's why even the petrified wood looks like an alligator head pointing at me. Now is the time for you to regain that ferociousness. And I have a feeling that, I mean, I see your message there. I was afraid of that. Grief caused it. I'm so sorry that grief caused it, honey. It's time for you to regain that. The universe has probably been poking you already that you need to get back to you. You need to get back to yourself. You need to get back to that ferocious, amazing part of you that's in there. It's still there. You haven't lost it. It's just, it's kind of been sitting on the couch like a couch potato. You know what I mean? Oh, he's been poking you too. I think you just needed that confirmation, didn't you? I needed to find you again. I think you just needed the confirmation. So that tells me that you might be just a little stubborn. If you have all these other people poking you and being like, hey, it's time for you to, be this ferocious person again. And you're like, yeah, well, let me see one more thing. One more person. This is the universe's last person. Like, this is it. We're telling you straight out. This is the universe telling you straight out that it's time to get back to you. It's time to get back to you. Stubborn is an understatement. I saw that mid yawn, and so I started to laugh mid yawn. That was funny. So there you go. There's your, plain on a sheet of paper, as plainly written as can be, kind of answer to that. Oh, I'm so sorry, love. I hate to hear that. Maybe you need to look at finding a new job. Oh, your job is why you're stubborn. Okay. I thought you meant like your job is what, I don't know what I thought you meant. Don't listen to me. I'm on crack. I'm not really. I got to quit saying that. All right, Miss Liam. Well, oh, God. Yeah. Paramedics do have to be stubborn. Yeah, it is boba tea. Well, Miss Angie, it's time for you to start being ferocious again, sweetheart. It just is. It just is. Okay. All right, Miss Leanne. I'm sending all my love your way, Miss Angie Poo. So I understand being stubborn, and I understand grief causing you to get knocked down. I do. I really, really do. And I understand, unfortunately, that when grief knocks you down, you kind of slide. Some people slide into, different things. Some people slide into alcohol. Some people slide into, the gym, like becoming addicted to the gym or to learning or whatever. Everybody deals with grief differently. And so in sliding down into that, we lose part of ourselves. Eventually we start to pull out of it. We come out of it, but I think you're starting to come out of it. You just needed that extra shove over the edge. You know what I mean? Up the edge of the wall. So, yeah. All right, Miss Leanne. So you have a star anise, and then you have the blank rune upside down. And that zebra over there is upside down as well, and it's kind of to the side. So what I love about this, it's like these two things are going like this with the piece of zebra way down here. The zebra hitched a ride, and I'm so glad. You're welcome, Miss Angie. I'm glad it did, because it helped me solidify what this was about. These two things are up this way. The zebra is back that way. The zebra is upside down, which is teamwork. It's being alone. It's not having a team. But notice, like I said, I keep saying it's way down there. It's way down there. in accepting the unknown, in accepting that it's kind of like throwing your hands up in the air and going, okay, well, fuck it, whatever. We're doing this now. Okay. In doing that, you found this amazing spiritual protection that you never thought was possible. It's like you stopped trying to look for that team. You stopped trying to look for that purpose. You stopped trying to, it's like you gave up. And in giving up, all of these things just got handed to you like that. Just like, boop, here you go. And I think you're starting to see it. I think you're starting to see it. So, yeah, I think you're starting to see it. But I think you needed that confirmation. I almost said conversation, but I think you needed that confirmation. You needed that confirmation because you need to see the amazing thing that comes about from the spiritual spot that you're in. You don't always have to know where you're headed or what the path is going to be like. Sometimes, guys, being lost is the best part of your journey. People will argue with you and they'll say that you have to know your path all the time. And you know what? 10 years ago, I probably would have said the same thing. But the thing is, I've learned really hardcore over the last 8 years. I would rather not know my path. I'd rather know my purpose and just let my path be what it needs to be to get me to my purpose. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So, Leanne, and finally just going, you know what? Fuck it. The universe handed you exactly what you wanted and what you needed at the same time. So, there you go. And I love you too. I love you too. I don't even think you knew that that's what you needed, is it? It's what you wanted. You didn't really even know that that's exactly what you needed. All right, Colleen, you ready? I even forgot I had that crystal in there. I haven't seen it so damn long. All right, Colleen. Not only do you have my gnarly old alligator tooth over there, you have that same rune right side up this time. Then you also have the petrified wood. You have the imperial jasper, star anise. You have my beautiful green crystal right there. I think you can kind of see him there on the TikTok. Then you also have my zebra right side up for once. This thing's been upside down all fucking night, I swear. Okay, not all fucking night, but almost fucking night. And then you have a turtle bone right next to it. So let me just say this, Miss Colleen. Ready? Love, you're in a fantastic spot right now, and you don't even know it. When you look at everything as a whole, everything looks kind of scattered. There's not anything completely touching here or there except for the turtle and the zebra. Everything else just a hair off. Just a hair off. But here's the thing. You're in a fantastic spot right now. Everything you need is all right here in this circle together. You have an amazing team around you that is strong as shit. They give you your strength. They give you that backbone and that support. Backbone, I couldn't words for it. That backbone and that support. You have an amazing amount of personal power. You're grounded as shit, even though you don't feel like it. And I know everybody's like, well, then how can you be grounded if you don't feel like it? There's a lot of times that you might feel like you're off kilter. Or maybe you are a little bit. But to everybody else around you, they see this amazingly, they see the lake that's just like glass. You know what I mean? When water is so beautiful, it's just glass. That's what they see. Then you have that wonderful, solid drive to move forward. You know, I think you know what your purpose is. It's funny. It's like, you know what your purpose is. You just haven't put it into words yet. And that's important. But you also have that green crystal here. It's the first time I pulled that tonight. I've done almost 22 readings now. It's the first time I pulled that tonight. That's prosperity. Then you have that star anise in the middle, which is spiritual protection. Sweet Pea, I think once you give words to your purpose, once you give words to, thank you, love. Once you give words to what your purpose is, how you get there is going to fall into place. You're going to see all of these things like boop, 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 boop. You're going to see all the interconnectivity, all the little strings that tie everything together. I think you've been questioning everything lately. And this is the universe just acknowledging that you're in a fantastic place. All the pieces that you need and the things you want are literally right here together. You just need to voice. You need to give words to your purpose. And I think once you actually say the words out loud, everything is like, so. Does that help? Does that help, love? Because it's almost like the universe wants you to speak it into existence so it can go, here it is. So, give it some words, speak it into existence, and I think you're going to see everything just bam, 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 bam. A little. Give it some thought. Sleep on it this evening. I have a feeling it's going to hit you like an epiphany. One of those, oh my God, this is my purpose. This is what I'm here for. This is why I got to be here. So, yeah. Aw, I'm glad, Miss Dana. I'm glad. You're welcome so much, Miss Colleen Love. All right, so I'll refresh one more time. But the last person on my list is Miss Alyssa. Let me refresh one more time just to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Maybe if it doesn't lock up. I love my computer. My computer's like a crotchety old person. I almost said old man, but yeah, I call it sir. It's a crotchety old man. All right. Ready, Miss Alyssa? And after this, I am going to go because, wow, it's only like 11:30. Y'all, that's not a thing. I never get done at 11:30. What the fuck? I mean, here's what it is. What's up with this rune tonight, guys? All right, Miss Alyssa. So you have the shell that flung out first, and then the rune upside down up there. So here's the thing about this. It's so funny. It's so funny that I literally just told Colleen, you know your purpose. You just words. You just need to speak it into existence. With you, yours almost exactly the opposite. Okay. With you, this shell is it's just perfectly straight, perfectly lined. Sweet pea, you're perfectly level right now. And I'll explain what I mean by that. You're perfectly level in that you're very grounded in your own energy. You're happy in the moment. You're happy, maybe not every single tiny moment, but you're happy in the moment. You're learning to enjoy every little thing. You don't have to know your purpose right now. You don't have to know your path right now. It doesn't matter right now. If it did, it would smack you right in the forehead. And what's funny is I don't think it's so much that you've been stressing about knowing your path or learning your path. I think that it's almost like you were just like, fuck it, I give up. But it's not even that. It's just that the universe needs you to be. The universe needs you to enjoy the moment. The universe needs you to enjoy being you. The universe needs you to enjoy just breathing air, sleeping, eating. The universe needs you to learn to enjoy those things before it can go, okay, now here's all this heavy shit. So, learn to enjoy the moment. Learn to enjoy the moment, honey. And enjoying the moment, guys, is amazing. It's amazing. It's doing a little food happy dance when you eat. It's closing your eyes and just savoring the first bite of something. It's awkwardly sniffing your favorite perfume repeatedly. You know what I mean? It's those kind of things. It's wearing the fuzzy socks in the middle of summer because you can. You know what I'm saying? So I wish I could give you a big hug. I wish you were in front of me and I could give you a big hug, Miss Alyssa, because be happy being you, honey. Be happy being you. Be happy enjoying every bit of what's going on around you right now. You don't so much have to live in the moment right now, but enjoy the moment. You're very welcome, sweetheart. You're very, very welcome. And I'm glad that made sense for you. And just know, anytime you see me on, please feel free to pop in. Me and all my mods be happy to have you here. So I'm glad that made sense, honey. That goes for all of you guys. I love that usually my last reading of the night, I'm like, here's the lesson of the evening. So Alyssa, technically you are the lesson of the evening is to enjoy the moment, guys. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. So by enjoying the moment, you really learn to live in the moment. Because to enjoy the moment, you have to appreciate the moment. You have to be in the moment. So when you start enjoying all the moments, even if they're just little moments here or there, you start being in the moment more. So, yeah. There you go. Things and stuff. That being said, I'm going to end this on YouTube here. And if you guys here on TikTok missed it, it is streamed live on YouTube, so you can go back and watch yours. Thank you guys for watching me there on YouTube. I appreciate it so much. Make sure I'm getting the right thing. Yeah. Thank you guys on YouTube.